I don't know why the smell just won't go away. Oh, hello and welcome to Not Another Leeds podcast, season 2, episode 3, and we are excited, more excited than Jermaine Genius when he sees a call. Oh, sorry, wrong. Should be saying that. Welcome and to the chaos. And today, well, this week we have the beautiful Derby Days boys, Ellis and Joe. Welcome, boys. How are we feeling today?
Good, yeah, very good. Happy to be back.
Very good myself. Thanks, lads. Thanks for having us.
How was the cult meeting, by the way?
It was good. We learned a lot. We spoke about the latest Leeds transfers and we're ready to do it again.
Who did you sacrifice?
Yeah. We were just having an off-air discussion. We're both wearing the same stuff. I find that weird. James, how are you, mate?
I'm great. I'm fantastic, as always, and even better now because we've made signings and we're winning. So, happy times, mate.
You can't put it better than that. Kevin, how are we, sir? Is that a new hat, by the way?
It is a new hat, yeah. Wow, new for this. I've had it for a while. I had it for my England purple kit at the Euros to match, so this is the first time I wore it on stream.
Nice.
Yeah, good though, mate. I slept pretty well this week, to be fair.
Well, I knew you would. But, you know, it's funny because I knew the products would work. For those new to us, we have got a sponsor this week, and it brings me to this segment of Parag Marie that we'll talk about later. But I sent him this product as well. It's our very own Nalp sleep kit. Alaska whale noises included, and some milk tablets. We've got cucumber not involved. Right, so you notice we've been making signings. I sent this to Parag Marie, and lo and behold, we've got 2 signings through the door. He does contracts in his sleep. Thank you, boys. Kev, you look well rested. You look well rested, I must say. Did you use cucumber or just cold pieces of carrot for the eyes?
Yeah, he did.
I've just got a filter on that makes me look better. That's all. We should see it without it. Yeah.
Or did you go full Rocky and just cold slab of meat, good old beef there?
Lots of beef, plenty of beef this week. Just don't tell the missus.
I hope it was grass-fed. Not great. Not that rubbish.
Right
then, boys, let's get. Here we go. Off to an early start. Right then, let's get into the Sheffield Wednesday game right quickly. I want to get Joe's thoughts first on the game. How do you think that went, mate?
Well, I was actually at Leeds Festival, so I'm the worst person to ask first. But from my watching of the highlights, it seems to me that Aaronson had a killer game, involved in the goal again and scoring. So I think everyone needs to forgive him. And apart from that, I've just heard that Joseph was unbelievable.
He was here, there, and everywhere. Like Scallop Pimpernel, mate. It was really good. It was really good. What about you, Ellis, mate? Did you see the highlights as well?
No, I was texting him updates. He was obviously at Leeds first, and he did the day.
What Ellis was actually my highlights.
Yeah. So I just kept texting him every time something happened. But yeah, I mean, got the first goal in the first half. It was a well-worked move. I think Joseph obviously came to life in the second. He's just an animal up there, and they just don't really know how to deal with him. He's such a physical presence for such a young age. I feel like at the end of last season, he did look like a boy, and he now actually looks like a man, you know, that can hold his own up there. So it's good to see, and back to winning ways, and hopefully we can push on.
That's what pubes will do.
Yeah.
For you. Yeah. It'll make you stronger.
That's when
He's
you
been drinking his milk, and he's been having some fine milk, and that's what he has. He does seem to have beefed up. Maybe it's because he's got that tight hair. It's pulling all his, Yeah, I agree. In fact, I think we played that well. I've got a picture of the new logo for Sheffield Wednesday.
Is that Barry Bannon?
That's his fringe. That's just a picture of his fringe. What about you, James, mate? You give us a detailed tactical analysis.
Nah, we just battered them, didn't we? Which I expected, as I always do. I expected a response from the West Brom game, and that would improve, and we did. We're just good, even with the little team that we've got. We're too good, so now we're even better. Fuck Sheffield Wednesday.
Not more you can say about that. Yeah, I agree, mate. What about you, Kevin? Anything to add?
I just thought there was a lot of balance to the team this time around. Instead of everything going down the left-hand side with Somerville and Rutter picking it up in space, it just seemed to be balanced across. We were attacking from all over the shop. So, yeah, I was happy with it, really happy. And I think we'll carry it on tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. Well, we will. Let's be positive, Danny. Shut up, gimp. Joe, there's some standout performances for us, but I want you to talk about this American chap. American boy.
Do you know the thing is,
Aaronson?
I see so much hate for Aaronson, right? And I kind of get it. He left under precarious circumstances, but we're here now. We've got him. We've lost Rutter. And I think in terms of a creative, exciting attacking midfielder, he's by far our best option. We can have Piroe there and it'll look like he's running through treacle the whole time, or we can try shoehorn someone else in. But for me, Aaronson's the best option, and everyone needs to just get behind him. This season, if he starts a lot of games, the stats at the end of the year will speak for themselves. I back him to have a very successful year. And I know we look at his Premier League days, we signed him for a lot of money and he didn't live up to that. But that was the same case for Rutter. We signed Rutter for a lot of money, and in the Premier League, he looked lost. The Championship is a completely different level. I think Aaronson will do really well over the course of a season.
Yeah, you said that with a lot of chest there, Joe. Yeah,
I believe in it.
Where about you? Whatever your name is, Ellis. That's the one.
Yeah.
Come on, then.
I mean,
are you an Aaronson lover?
I mean, lover is a strong word, but I'm going to get behind him regardless. I don't think there's any point booing and getting on the backs. I just think they're here now, like Joe said, and we want to try push on and have a successful season. And he will contribute. And I think fans will soon forget, like, Gnonto refused to play. I know the different players, but he refused to play at the start of last season. We're all chanting about him. There were banners in the crowd. And then he's a fan favourite again. So it just pull your socks up. Don't do any stupid shit like shushing crowds or like that, which I don't think he will. Just crack on and do your job, and I'm sure we'll all be all right.
And to be fair, that American boy chant is a banger as well. We need to bring that back. If anything, we just need that back.
Very diplomatic that from Ellis there. Call him a dickhead.
Media trained now, mate.
I was going to say, yeah. You read off a script from behind the TV monitor there.
Yeah, strict orders, man.
Kev,
I've got to agree. Yeah, I have to agree. He's done all right with what he's done so far. He's still a bit lightweight, but I've got what Smarty said there. I was going to say Piroe reminds me of a bloke that's running out to put the bins in wearing his dad's Rockports. That's what he looks like when he's running. He's just so slow when he's in the middle of that part of the park. So yeah, I think Aaronson's going to have a big season, especially with the way the transfer window's going now for the next few hours. He's going to have to be playing in that position with swapping around with Gnonto all the time, because them two were quite fluid, I thought, against Sheffield Wednesday, the way they were swapping around with each other. We haven't seen that for a while, and yeah, really impressed.
Yeah, we'll come on to Gnonto in a minute. James, what about you, mate, on Aaronson? B.A.A. Aaronson?
See, I don't actually have that much hate from him. The fact that he's come back and we're still in the Championship, I'll give him a little bit of credit for that, because if we'd have went up and then he wanted to come back, I'd have thought, nah, you don't twat. But he's come back and we're in the Championship, and he's actually doing all right. Yeah, I think he is good enough to like get some good numbers in this league. And we didn't lose Rutter. Rutter lost us. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I say every week he has the turning circle of a German U-boat. Where does he fit, Joe, Piroe, for you?
It's a strange one, because you always look at his Swansea form and when we bought him and think, surely if he could get a bit of that back, he'll be a quality player. But I just don't think we've really seen it. But at the same time, we've not played him in position. We've played him as an attacking mid the majority of the time. And he's a striker. And that's when he performed best for Swansea. I just don't see any redeeming factor from him at the minute. He's not a good dribbler. He can't run. His finishing's okay, but it's not as good as you would have expected when we signed him. I don't know. I don't know where he fits in up front as a sub, potentially.
Or two up top. That's where I could see him playing alongside Joseph, because that's where he, at Swansea, played alongside that Jerry Yates. And they were like, that Yates was a foil for Piroe, and Piroe was the main man there too. So, I mean, I could see him working as a two up front, but obviously we're never going to play that with Farker in charge, ever. Not once.
Nah, he doesn't seem to be that. I mean, when we bought him, we all thought he was that player, because we were all excited. Second or third top goal scorer in the league that year. But what about you before we move on to Gnonto, Ellis? Where do you stand on Piroe?
I mean, you need a squad, and I feel like he has got that touch that could maybe get a goal here and there. But here we go. So he could still get a few. We forget the fact that he did still score 14 last season, which is a respectable amount of goals. But yeah, he's just not exactly what we thought he'd be. But he doesn't really fit into the system. But he could still make an impact from the bench. So yeah, if the window stays the same, then he could still play a massive part for the season. But I don't really want to see him starting. I'm not going to lie. That'll probably push me off the edge.
Yeah, it's good to see Joe Rodon back to his good old passing ways. But Kev, Wilfred Gnonto, I thought he played his heart out. Only one bit of a babyish sort of act for me in the game. But what about you, Kevin? Do you think he's at 10?
I've been saying he's a 10 for ages, attacking midfielder, not like a playmaker, but like a shadow striker sort of player. But he was dropping deep and he was going past people. I thought he's one of his best games ever played for Leeds, if not against without scoring goals and getting assists. Absolutely brilliant. He was everywhere as well. His heat map was sensational. I love that word. But yeah, he was all over the place, mate. I absolutely loved him. The way he was holding the ball up too, brilliant. Can't complain about Gnonto. The other thing is that I'm probably worried that he's going to be sold in the next couple of hours now. So yeah, I don't want to talk about
it. Why would you put that in the universe, Kevin? Why on earth would you?
I'm not the only one putting it out there. I mean, I've been thinking about this all day, talking about it all day with people at work. I'm really worried.
You did this last year. with Sinistera. We were on this stream, happy as Larry, and then all of a sudden a bid comes in for him and he's off to Cherryland. You know, if anything happens, everyone, it's Kev's fault. What about you, James? Wilfred Gnonto?
Yeah, I think he was really good. Having a bit more freedom really brought the best out of him, I think. When he did get his yellow card, though, I was panicking because I thought he's the type of person to get sent off for just saying something silly to the ref. And there's that one point where he got fired and he was on the floor going, I was like, just stop it, please. Just stop it. Get up. Shut up. But yeah, really, really good. But yeah, as you say, he might be gone. So.
Right. Please tell me you're going to say something positive, Joe.
I think Gnonto, he's super exciting, and in a weird way, I think we've not seen the best out of him yet. Obviously, he's always been good when he's on the ball. He's got a lot of pace, and I think with Somerville and James in the team, sometimes he can get dwarfed a little bit. But now, I think this season, that was accidental as well. This season, I think he'll do really well. It's his time to shine, and obviously, I didn't see the Wednesday game, but in a new position, that could be where he flourishes. Until I've seen him in that position, I won't comment on it too much. But I think he'll put up good numbers as well. The thing is, our attack's still so good. We've lost Rutter and Somerville, and I look at Gnonto, James, and Aaronson, and I think that's enough to get us up from Championship, and Gnonto play a massive part.
Yeah. We'll talk more about the squad.
He's the main man for Leeds. He is
the
big player for us now, and
that's
hopefully he thrives in that. Yeah, thrives in it. Yeah.
Because all his mates are pissed off. That's why he's a big club now, isn't he?
He's got new mates.
Ellis,
I've seen the videos. He's got new mates. He likes all the new lads now. So yeah.
The coach called
Gnonto's what we used to call it a go off. Do you know what I mean? He just goes and gets new mates. And yeah, go off. Yeah, he's just a go off.
I mean, he's a social
best friend anymore.
Yeah, you go off.
Go on then, Ellis, mate. I don't know what is my brain, but
yeah, I think main man this year.
Does he have a left foot this year though?
Do you know what? I feel like I'm going to say no, I don't, because last time it worked out pretty well when I said that.
That's fair.
So he's going to be shit for the rest of the season, Ellis.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a little bit shit. He might panic a little bit now that he's the main man, and he might not deliver the goods. So it's just, that's just how I feel.
And he's going to be sold for that one as well.
For those that don't know, it's an inside joke. Last time Ellis was on here, he said that Gnonto did not have a left foot, and he went on to score in 3 consecutive games with his left foot. So every time Ellis is on here, we tell him to say that Ellis is shit, and he is. The universe does your thing. We've got a comment here from Daniel, and it says, Gnonto, happy to sell for the right amount. Aaronson Central looks decent to me, and we now have several left side players, so Gnonto can go for me. Would you get rid of him, Kev?
No.
Well,
No chance, mate. No chance. Not Gnonto. He's probably the most valuable player in our team when it comes to numbers wise, I reckon. And I do think he's primed for a big season. There's nowhere else I'll Willie Gnonto. No chance.
Not at this point in the window.
Yeah, and not today.
No, but say if an offer came in last week, I'll come to you, James, first. Offer comes in for Gnonto. You've got over a week to get another player in. Do you get rid of him, in your opinion?
Well, if he wants to go, then yeah, I'd get rid of him. But it'd have to be the right amount of money, and I'd have to know that I've got a replacement to bring in for him. Otherwise, he just has to stay, unfortunately.
Yeah, change to the Bob Arch. Derby Days boys. What about you? Do you get rid of him? Joe?
No, I wouldn't. I just think if he's one of the only players without a release clause who's probably going to be worth a lot and already is, then don't sell him when we don't have to. Especially the replacements we've got have been decent, but we're not going to get someone who's been in the squad and knows the squad as well as him. Even if there was a week left, I'd still keep him because, as you say, he's one of the most exciting attackers, and I just wouldn't. There's no way.
And he's on peanuts as well. He was only signed like a 10 grand a week contract when he signed for Leeds. No new contract. He's probably even had like a decrease when we got relegated as well. He's probably worth the most money and on the least amount of money in that squad. And there's no brainer not to sell him. It's not as if it's, and as long as he's not shouting about it, yeah.
£12 a week and a pack of Billy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. And maybe some bruschetta. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, overall, I think the game was good, apart from Joe, because Joe wasn't there. He was busy living his life beautifully. But I think...
Getting blown all over the place.
With wind, that's what he means. Yeah. I never said it were a good podcast. We're in the gutter here. Welcome, like and subscribe. But yeah, what I was trying to say before I lost my train of thought, I'm talking and words are coming out and I don't know what to say now. Anyway, let's move on. So we'll go on to a segment called Guess the Player, and it has changed, Joe, Ellis. It has changed this season to make it a bit more easier. For those that are new here, what you do, you have about 5 to 10 seconds. Depends how generous I am. And there's a player with a face cut out, and there's clues around the picture for you to try and guess who it is. So I want to see comments in the comment section to who you think this is. So, boys, are you ready to see this week's Guess the Player?
Let's have it.
Let's have it.
On.
I love it, Joe.
Let's go.
Here we go. This is this week's Guess the Player. So who is this chilling in the jacuzzi? Or if he's from Bolton, jacuzzi.
Is that Jermaine Genius?
Ooh, you obviously don't watch our podcast, do you? Because he was last week.
Oh.
I'm only joking, mate. No hard feelings. I love you, guys. Who do you think it is then? Who do you think it is? Do you want me to show you one more time?
Yeah, go on
Yeah,
then.
I'll do it anyway.
I'll let Ellis guess now and guess the weeks before.
So here it is. Look, if you've got a rubber in there, you've got the towel, you've got the shirt, some boxing gloves, and he's got a box on his head. So who do you think it is? Kevin, I'll come to you first. I'll let you boys decide between you if you want to go for a single guess or a guess each. Kevin, who do you think it is?
I think it's Lee Bowyer's best mate. I think it's good old Kieran Dyer. That's what I'm going to go for.
Ooh, it's a good guess. Good guess. We've got Kieran Dyer in the comments as well. James, who do you think it is?
It's Dyer, but I'll say it's Catsboyer.
Go on then, boys. Who do you think it is?
Seeing as it's Kieran Dyer, I'm going to go with Keir Starmer.
Too easy. This. I'm gonna make it even harder next week. Fuck this. But we've got Kieran Dyer from Johnny Brook. We've got Kieran Dyer from Smarty. Good to see you in the comments, Smarty. Because I know you're going to be it. Here is your best friend. Just to wind you up. So here is this week's Guess the Player. It is indeed Kieran Dyer. Yeah.
Is that his real head on there, mate? Is that his real head?
That does look a bit weird.
Oh no, is that
It's
got
not.
superimposed? Oh.
It's impeccable editing skills from yours truly. Thanks very much. I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, so it was Kieran there. There you go, Smite. There's just no need for that filter. Right, let's go on to our next bit and talk about the transfer market. Right, if it stays as it is, with Schmidt coming in, assuming, and no outgoings, and it stays like that, no number 10, how is the window for you from scale of 1 to 10?
I'd give it a 3 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've ended up with some decent replacements, but the replacements are nowhere near the level of the players that we got rid of. And I know that that's practically impossible, and these lot might come in and do it. But at this point in time, I'm thinking we lost 2 of the top 5 and arguably the best player in the championship from last season, and we've replaced them with kind of unproven signings. I don't know. It could come good and they could be amazing. But for now, I just think that we're actually in a worse position squad-wise than when we started off in the window by actually quite a distance.
Interesting. What about you, Ellis?
I'm going to give it a solid, maybe 7, to be completely honest. We knew we were going to lose players. I mean, at the start of the window, I'd have thought we're losing Somerville, given, probably losing Rutter. I thought there was a chance that he might have stayed there. And I thought we're going to lose Gnonto. And I did think that Grade stay, so it's disappointing. But I think some of the replacements are fine. I think Solomon, great for this level. So I kind of missing maybe a big statement signing, but I'm not that annoyed with it because these 2 wingers that we've brought in as well can allow Willie to play more in a central role, like you were saying earlier, which could prove quite good. Obviously the interchange anyway, but I'm not mad with it. I'm obviously disappointed to have lost Archie more than anything, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's going to happen. We didn't go up.
Mate. Yeah, it's nature of the beast at the end of the day. I must admit, we are a championship club, and it seems like at least we're not Burnley. They've been absolutely stripped, and towards the end of the window, you can't even buy players. They're trying to get loan for buys right at the end from fellow championship clubs.
Yeah, they've been fucked.
And enough about them scallywags. What about Kevin and your thoughts on the transfer window?
Well, I exactly agree with Ellis. I think it's a 7 out of 10. Ramazani's an exciting player, but again, unproven. He was a scum youth product, weren't he, as well? Scored against Real Madrid, played well against teams over there. Numbers are great. He's hot chance dribbles and chance creation are up there with the numbers of Vinicius Junior and that. So obviously the
Junior,
yeah, but
big name drop there, Kev.
With the amount of money that we've brought in, I want that one signing. There's not that one signing where I thought, fuck me, we're going for this. It's this what Smart is just put there, the marquee one. I want that signing to come in tonight. I really do, but can't see it happening now. But yes,
at this point, you'd have thought we've got at least a whiff of is that 25 million that we've apparently bidded for that Croatian, but that's bullshit for me. And right quickly, James, what's your thoughts on the window as a whole, as it stays the same now?
Sad about losing Archie. Didn't expect the Rutter one. But before I started last season, nobody knew how Rutter and Somerville were going to perform. They were unproven. They'd barely played games for us.
One season wonders, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what they are now anyway, bastards. But I'm excited by the Solomon one. If he can stay fit, I think he'll piss this league if he can stay fit. That Ramazani looks good. Tanaka looks like a good, decent workhorse. He'll be sound for this league. I think we had enough if we could keep all our players fit with what we had to beat most of these teams in this league. So adding what we've got, I think we've more than enough to do well. And then if we need something extra, January comes along and we can just buy someone then because we've still got a lot of money left.
Hopefully we can actually do some business in January. But, and get there. Just on Smarty's comment here, I think we've done enough, but still believe it's been a wholly underwhelming transfer window. We needed a marquee signing, and none of the players we've brought in has any hype around them. I don't know about not as much hype because Ramazan is well thought of and Schmidt is well. I get what he's trying to say. We do need that. What Kev just said as well. We need that player that was wow. I mean, Hamer would have been that like. Well, that's it. The league's ours.
Even that Shalai would have been good as well. He'd have been like a big name sign. I thought, yeah, we're me in business, and yeah, just 7.
It's like, yeah. I mean, I'd give it a 6 or 6.5. Archie going really pissed me off. That would really pissed me off. But it turns out that he needed to go for a FFP apparently. Rutter pissed me off. But all the others I expected just to leave. Do you not just bump it up to the 3.5, Joe? Just 12 times.
Do you know what the thing is? I think I'm viewing it as more of a. I look at the squad last season and how well Somerville and Rutter did, and I know that the other players could do really well. But I think with the same management and with pretty much the same things going on, and the players that have come in, do I think we're better now to get top 2 than we were last season? I think the only reason we'll get it is because the quality at the top of the league isn't as good, not because our quality is actually better. And I know we were going to lose some of those players, and I understand there's release clauses and stuff, but I felt like without a marquee signing, and it kind of felt like some of the replacements maybe weren't already lined up. It's like the ownership didn't expect it to happen, so weren't ready to make a marquee signing. But they will have known it was going to happen. So for me, I'm just like, if the squad's got worse over the course of a transfer window by a considerable amount, and we've not spent a lot of the money that we've brought in, not only from signings, but in general, then can I really rank it highly?
It all depends on the transfers we've brought in as well, because we all know it's not like FIFA, and we'll get paid in installments, not the full fee. And obviously, it's just how football works. But I found this on the Tinterweb, and this is the squad as it looks there. It's not mine, I didn't make it up, but this is the sort of the squad depth. And you've got Ramazani there who could play sort of either wing as well, and under 10. It seems to me that we're not going to get a centre back because Ampadu can drop in, and we've obviously signed Tanaka today, and we've got Rothwell, and we've got who else is there? Charlie Crew to cover for them too as well.
Piroe,
it's just like
likes him.
Yeah, he's a fan of Piroe, and he can play a left back, right back. I mean, yeah, I get it is underwhelming. Ellis, what do you think about one of the other signings of it, Solomon, who's coming in from Tottenham Hotspur? Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that this is a big coup. If he stays fit, he's obviously dropped down to the Championship because he needs to get his career back on track in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good signing, and he's a good player to have at this level. If we can get a solid amount of games out of him, he's going to contribute heavily, definitely. I mean, I think, was it in the cup when we played at Fulham, he scored against us? I think when we had that black third kit on with a badge in the middle. Yeah, he
scored and got disallowed because of McKenna's belly.
Yeah. So he's definitely a talent, and mainly from what I know through him is partially through that and mainly through just Twitter over the past couple of days, and when you've seen videos and even Fulham fans saying that he did quite well for them in stages. So I do think that if he does stay fit, he'll do really well for us. So I'm very happy with that signing.
Yeah, I agree. He does play across the middle, according to some Spurs fans. He can play across the middle, plays to the right. You touched on it briefly, Kev. Solomon?
Yeah, I like it. If he goes on and does well, I could probably change my rating of this transfer window. It's just that his injury record isn't the best, is it? But there's no doubt this lad is talented. He's brilliant on the ball, really fast, and he can get goals as well. His numbers for Spurs are quite good. Like the assist to games ratio that he's had are quite good. So there's definitely something in there. We just need to keep him fit, I guess. And with the amount of wingers that we got, he doesn't have to play every single game, especially with Gnonto, Ramazani, Aaronson can play out there too. So yeah, shrewd, but yeah, we'll see how that works out really. But yeah, he's a good player.
And I can confirm after watching several videos of Solomon on YouTube, like he's an absolute baller. Even though three of the videos are probably the same goal, just from different angles. So yeah. It's what you watch. Kev, another one has come through the door today. I believe it's pronounced Ao Tanaka, but hey yo. Did you watch his YouTube videos?
I haven't yet. No,
No.
I haven't got around to it.
I have, and I can once again confirm. No, but
Is he a baller?
are you happy for? Yeah. He's James. Do you think it's obviously reinforcements, or maybe if Amadou does have to drop down, then he can play with Piroe, or he's been likened to who's the Voldemort who scored against us, Southampton.
You're small.
Yeah.
Smallbone, yeah, he's been likened to him a bit.
Yeah, I'm confident in the signings that we've picked because judging on previous signings, most of them have turned out okay. Spence, like he's a good player, but he's just shit. Piroe, he's a good goal scorer, but he just doesn't fit our system. So most of our signings, apart from Darlow as well, he's got no arms. Most of our signings have been really good. So, I'm confident that these players can do well for us. And Tanaka the same as well. Yeah, look at Garev. No one heard of him, and he's freaking. I love Garev, so yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, got a comment here from the great username Liftastic. Parker, last 10 games, last season kept on about lack of experience. Do you think we have that now? Enjoying the stream. Thank you. I'll come to you, Joe. Do you think we've got enough experience? I will say, you said that we are weaker, just to touch on what you said earlier about the squad. I think we're more balanced as a squad. Yeah. Obviously not as good because Somerville Rutter. What's your thoughts?
There's more experience as well.
Yeah, I think maybe I don't want to come across too negative about the squad that we currently have because that.
Well, you are. So fucking stop.
I actually think that the squad's still really good and more than good enough to get promoted from the Championship. But it was more, I just think we've lost the exciting players, which could have been replaced. But in terms of experience, I think Rothwell brings that. Obviously, he was at Southampton last year and he's looked really good so far in his couple of appearances. I've really liked him. So, of course, he brings that. And then just a few players that we already have that have now got that Championship experience. The fact that we've had a season down, got all the way to the playoff final, a lot of pressure on them. I think that builds them up to be able to kind of be classed as a little bit more experienced this year, even though it's only one season. So, yeah, I'm not too stressed about that in an experience sense. Of course, I don't know what happened to Cooper in the end. I think he's still looking for a club, but I think he brings that in the dressing room. But at the same time, it was time to go.
I saw a funny take earlier, actually, and someone said, it was my mate Sean, actually, I think, and he said, watch Vobra will leave at the last minute and we'll sign Cooper on a free again. So he comes back.
Pays your player, so he doesn't get paid.
Pays your player, yeah.
We should just put him in canteen or something at this point if he's not got a team. Just like have him round.
Yeah. He can be the guy that puts the flags in at Ellen Road, around the corner. What about you, Ellis?
Horlicks for the team when they're cold. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah. Give it a massages on the bench. What about you, Ellis, about the experience?
Yeah, well, going back to what Joe said, I mean, we've lost a lot of the exciting players, but we've still got the main foundation of the team that did experience last season. So that in itself is obviously it ended in heartache, but that's a positive thing that they can use and kind of think, well, this is where we went wrong last time, and maybe push on from there. And then they can obviously speak to the younger lads and talk them through certain situations. I don't know. I still feel relatively confident that we'll get it done. And I think the main point is that you look at us, Leicester and Southampton coming down the season before. That's crazy. But this season you've got Burnley, Sheffield United, Luton. I don't know. I don't think the league's as strong. So I guess we'll have to see. That might come back to bite me, but.
Yeah.
Oh, you've said it now. You said it as well, you shitbag.
Oh, no, yeah. He's the big things, man. He's going to do us all in. We're only going to go on a 25-game winning streak now, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you look, Luton haven't got off to a bad start. Burnley are just getting ripped to pieces. Sunderland seem to be doing okay, but they've lost Jack Clark, the big outlet. I'll go to a comment here by Mr. Renegade. Thanks for your comment, mate. This is not a bad window. I accept that you're all children. But when you eventually become long-term fans, I think you'll agree. We're actually all 85, mate. We just use...
I was born in 1984. I remember us in the League Cup final losing to Aston Villa when we had David Weatherall centre-half. I'm not a child, mate. I've been following for many years. I mean, Rod Wallace was my favourite player at one point. That shows my age, okay? Yeah. So, yeah.
To be fair, I remember Patrick Kisnorbo. Does that count?
A little bit. Not
Skip.
with the band.
We've got
Always.
Skip here. Skip says no excuse for Daniel Farker this season now, but if I can't read,
All right,
if it
Skip.
ain't going well by Xmas, Skip. Xmas to the 49ers changed it before. We spoke about this last week, and I think if it is going really rubbish, you just get shot straight away. In my opinion, I think we all got rid, didn't we? Here we go. I've supported Leeds for the last 60 years, so yes, I am still a child. It's all about
age is just a number,
Right.
mate, anyway. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is.
Oh.
How that when I'm in the shower and I'll think
Let's not insinuate.
and I'll go nuts.
So, what I do want to get before we move on to the next segment is opinions on this guy. Do we still have faith in Piroe? Kevin, come you first, mate. What's your opinion? Is it still Rocky Seas? Rocky Seas? That saying that goes something waters, shaky waters, whatever it is. Sure. Okay.
Do you know what? I haven't seen much of him recently. You know, did a little bit at the end of the season, and he's just gone quiet, hasn't he? So I can't really talk about the bloke too much because he's just not there. He doesn't come out and say anything. So yeah.
Is he one of them that comes out when the highs are high, comes out and claims that one? You know, and
you probably get a statement.
Lost in the playoff final, so not really.
Yeah. I think he'll probably come out with a statement tomorrow talking about finances and why we've been maybe not spent as much in this window. I think that's when you'll get it. When the window's closed, and you'll get something from him.
Yeah. All right then, James. What about you, mate? Do you have faith in 49ers? Red Bull?
Yeah,
that's
I'm good.
Mine.
I'm good. I'm happy with what they're doing. I'm happy with the team that they put behind the scenes, scouting all these players. We're not in trouble. We've got our ground back. We've got a good enough team to get up. Talking about experience, we've lost Somerville and Rutter, who first full season, and Archie Gray. James is a full international. Italy, Gnonto's plays for Italy. We've filled our spaces with internationals there. That Ramazani's played a few seasons in Spain, so we've got more experience now. Not in this league, I get it, but we've got more players with more experience. So I'm happy, very happy with them. Yeah.
Good. We'll go Ellis first, mate. Are you sponsored by Red Bull? I get paid by Red Bull to back them up, mate. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think we're just quite reactionary as a fan base, aren't we? To be honest, I mean, like you saying it, we're getting all these players sold, and people think that that's just cash in hand that we can go splash straight away. It doesn't really work like that. I've got faith, like James said, we've got our ground back, so I'm relatively happy. We'll see how it goes. The one thing I will say is, do you know on the website, do you know when he come out and did that big speech after the season and they'd say we're going to try to keep all the key players and stuff like that, didn't they take it down? I'm pretty sure they didn't. I don't think that's a good look, but other than that, I'm relatively happy.
You see, Piroe starting it. Get it down. Go on then, Joe, right quickly, mate. Are you 49ers? Mad?
Yeah, I'm fine with them, to be honest. I think, like you guys said, they've got the ground back. I think as an overall club, we're in a much better position than we were under Rads. And I think, if anything, the issues this window and since they came in have been because of the previous ownership. So I think their ownership and their direction in itself has been pretty good.
Yeah. PR trend. Do you guys work for the government? Right, let's get into some comments here. Renegades back. Born 65, so to me, you are kids. Wow, we are kids too. Fair play, mate. Please like and subscribe. Paul O'Connell. Evening, lads. I'm on my own thinking we might get one in a surprise transfer before 11. I think so, mate. Maybe not.
Just at 10, then.
10s.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, praying anyway. I'm praying, yeah.
Yeah, the tenders there.
We've been here.
I think I'm mistaken.
I think it's 11.
11.
But...
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you saying it, Ellis? I'll get you.
Sorry. Let's say between 10 and 12. Should we just say that? Yeah. Right. One here from from Noel. Boys, do you reckon there will be one more sign tonight? I'm hoping we'll get Schmidt in. We built this Schmidt. If we get promoted and Piroe and the 49ers have been proven correct, there is talk about that Eagles plan that they had. Alan says, I'm thinking, assuming that we get Schmidt, that will be the I agree, mate. I don't think Vaughn will leave at this point unless it's like last ditch and they sign Cooper maybe.
I don't
Ali
care about him.
Atkins,
Yeah, but just leave it.
Robert.
Can I actually ask you, lot? Because I see so much hate for Warburg, right? And I'm kind of on the other side of the fence where I don't get it as much as everyone else. I know he had a rough game in the cup, but realistically, when we were in the Prem, he was actually a good centre back. So why wouldn't you want him as backup?
I've just thought he was the best of a bad bunch when he was playing for me. Yeah, I don't know with him. There's just something about him. I just don't like it when he puts.
I feel like he thinks that he's above this.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, and that's just the vibe that I get. But if we're going to give treatment to Aaronson and say let him pull his socks up and see what happens, then fair enough. I'm willing to. But I just get that feeling that he just thinks that he's above it. To be completely honest,
I just think the only difference between him and Aaronson is Aaronson's come back and had a couple good games, so everyone's like, all right, yeah, cool. Whereas Warburg had a couple bad games, so everyone's like, no, actually, get out the club now.
No,
I reckon that Warburg just went out for a meal with Jesse Marsh, and he signed him without him knowing, and he's just been in a day since. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? Every time I see him, he just looks like, what's going on that pitch?
He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player
He was like, what's going on? But
he's good.
He's a good player.
It's getting to last. I was going to say Joe Blick twice. If Robert has your family as hostage.
Maybe he might be in the next room.
It's Ellis. Is it a good point?
Both of our heads.
Ali Atkins, can you talk about the importance of going up this season? Is it make or break for Leeds to get promoted this season? No way Bamford is a number 9 if Leeds go up. If we get promoted and Leeds United have Patrick Bamford on the books, mate, I will slide down a slide naked using my bollock as a brake. I don't think Bamford survives. If we go up, I think he's gone. I think he's gone.
I think the last
Bamford nearly got his European football last time.
Yeah. The last time Patrick Bamford had a good season, Tinchy Strider was still in the charts. Come on, guys. He's absolutely terrible. He's not even our number 9 now, never mind in the Premier League. So,
right. Yeah, I agree.
Patrick, please. Give it all, Patrick, please.
Let's move on. And James, I believe you've got another confession been sent your way. Is that correct?
I have. I've got a letter.
Another letter of confession. Right then. Well, let's get into this week's news segment.
James, it's story time.
The fuck? So I've received this letter. See if you can guess who it is. Hi, James. I needed to get this off my chest. For 20 years I've held on to this. Well, it's taken up some space and I want to get a new tattoo of the OG Blue Power Ranger, Billy, helmet off, of course, on there. So I'll tell you the truth about what happened when I was struck in the face with a boot. Ooh. So we had just lost to Arsenal in the cup, and I was good, but everyone else was really shit. The change room atmosphere felt very moody. Barthez and Silvestri were arguing in French about who could do the best, pulling their bald heads through a tops like, if you put a ping pong ball in your mouth and make that blowy poppy thing. Rio and Wes Brown were full study back to back, measuring each other, their heights for some reason. Gary was crying in the corner, and Phil Neville was stood right behind him, pretending to cry. Roy Keane, oh my God, he was scrunching Paul Scholes in a ball with his hands and just firing it at Ryan Giggs' artificial Velcro chest hair. Then shouts, "Giggs, pass it back, you greedy twat." Now, I was worried because in a couple of games we were playing the best team in the world, Leeds United. So I turned to Diego Forlan, who could not speak a word of English. He kept calling me "bend it like Beckham," but he said it like this: "Beckham is a huge bender." I knew what he meant. I said, "Diego, would you let Sporty Spice play as you against Leeds?" As soon as the words left my mouth, Sir Alex Ferguson walked in the room and he heard. Everyone just stopped. Little whispers started around the room. Hairdryer, hairdryer, hairdryer. I looked at him. He looked at me and mouthed, but still very loudly, "She can't fucking counter press." By this point, Keane had crushed poor Paul into some little shortbread, ginger shortbread cake. Carlos, query, started firing stuff into Fergie's gaping mouth. First chewing gum, then a corner flag, bit of kits. Steam started shooting from his ears. The more he chewed, the more steam from his big flesh meaty leaves come from his ears. He was like a sauna. I couldn't see anything. Then he appeared right in front of me and whispered, "Fergie time," and then opened his big mouth and kept widening. and I started to look in this giant chasm, and then former Manchester United right back Paul Parker appeared and said, "You know what, Dave?" And then he had a Reebok Classic, flicked it up, and smashed it straight in my face. I woke up 5 months later, and I was playing for Real Madrid. Anyway, thanks for reading this on your amazing podcast. It's my favourite. Love, David Beckham. P.S. Gary and Phil cried and pretended to cry through the whole ordeal. So I'm told.
Can you guess who it was?
Well, we
Yeah.
kind of got the answer there, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, thanks for that, David. I'm glad you're a fan.
Thank
of
you,
the show,
David.
and,
Yeah, keep on coming, guys. Keep on coming.
So yeah, that's this week's story time, and hopefully we'll still not cancel or take it to court by this point next week. So that is James's story time.
James, it's story time.
So picture is
That's
that.
not too
Right,
right, yo, let's talk about the whole game tomorrow. Are you confident, Joe? I mean, it's, providing stay as we are, Schmidt comes in. Who's your teammate, and are you confident?
I mean, I think the team, I'm not sure what injuries there's been this week, but the team should be practically the same as it was last week after that performance. And I think we'll absolutely have them. I'm very confident against Hull. Their squad is far worse than it was last year. And yeah, I just don't want to get mauled by the Tigers. That's one of my least favourite Ellen Road memories ever. Losing to Hull and looking in the corner and just seeing everyone pretending to be a Tiger was the end of my life.
It's so embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry. What about you, Ellis, mate? Any new boys start for you tomorrow?
Well, James is injured, isn't he? So maybe Ramazani. I don't know. I'd probably it's got to be in it, because who else could you put there? I mean, he's played a game this season already, hasn't he? So he's probably closer to being match fit than Solomon is. So potentially could see him.
A full week,
Yeah, and he's had more training.
I think he'll put Piroe in a 10 and Aaronson out wide. That's
I
what I
do
think.
as well.
Yeah, see what we're doing here, being wishful thinkers, aren't we? But we just know exactly what he's going to fucking do, don't we? So
we're seeing a problem and we're putting a solution to it. But Leeds United are going, nah, let's just make it a double problem.
The thing is, though, I fancy Piroe to get a goal tomorrow. You know, I really do. That could have been
especially now we've been smacking him. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The game of his Leeds career tomorrow.
That's why we do this.
It is
I
exactly.
hope so, especially with the rumours of absolute ham face trying to. I think this. You've heard about the story about we've offered Piroe and 10 million. This absolute gammon.
That same cucumber.
He just won't shut up about Leeds. I get it, and then look it's up the road. I just don't like him. I hope he gets prickly heat tonight. Kevin, what's your vibe for tomorrow, mate? Because I know we were quite nervous, but on the back of a win, they'd be confident, won't they?
Yeah, I always back us to win at Ellen Road. It's the away games I worry about. Yeah, I think we're going to win. I think we're going to actually.
Not this season.
Yeah, I think we're going to win, and I think we're going to win comfortably. To be honest, I think it's going to be a good performance. I can see it, especially the way that we played against Sheffield Wednesday. I think that's going to keep going, and yeah, not much to say. Just smash the Tigers, get mauled by.
Someone needs to say something bad before we've mega jinxed it.
Yeah, I know. James will.
Going down. There you go, James.
So who would I play? Wait there. Let me think. Is Bamford injured?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think you just replace James, keep the same team, and I think we win 4-5-0.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he might be injured, but he's bringing out an acoustic French album. Is Patrick Bamford? But it's just rumours at this point in time. Clary in the comments says DJ is injured. Do you think Daniel Farke tripped him on purpose after the last international break? Yeah, because he came back as the cursed child, didn't he, with that absolute scar?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Right. I mean, I don't want to get mauled by the Tigers. I do think you have a point, Joe. It should be the team that started last week, and then you have to integrate. Is that right word? Sorry, my England is broken.
Integrate.
Integrate. Welcome to the Can't Speak
that seems
English
so-
podcast.
Integrate.
No, but integrate. Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's we
Got
just
there.
lost the way, like we do.
Innit?
Like a dog driving a car. We'll hit the curb a few times, but we'll get there. So, yeah, I do think that you start with the team you had last week, and then you bring on like your Ramazani, Solomon. If a whole defender is looking at that, we could essentially change our front four and go, say, bring on Solomon who's rapid, and all that kind of stuff. You're right that there's no Greaves, there's no Philogene to score lucky, Rabonas that keep him up to him.
On goal, that.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted an own goal. I'm not having it. I can't believe they're giving me. What are you going to say, Kev?
That Delap's gone as well. He was quite good for them last year too.
Yeah.
Good for them. Their team's gone, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And I just got to come quickly to it, and then I don't think there's any more incomings. I think apart from has anybody got anything to add before we move on to the next bit then? Or get to those predictions and stuff?
Yeah, your mic's not working properly. Yeah.
Speak up, sunshine.
Oh, God's sake.
Integrate.
There we go.
Let's get a score prediction from UK.
2-0.
To Leeds, okay? Sweet.
Up to Leeds, yeah.
James, you're going to say about 7-0, aren't you?
5-0.
Oh.
5-0.
That's it. Go on then, Joe. Give us your best, sexiest prediction.
3-1 to Leeds. Aaronson scores 2. Piroe scores another, just because we've all slated him all episode.
Nice. I like it. What about you, Ellis?
3-0, clean sheet, easy pickings. I can't see us conceding against them. They've struggled so far.
3 draws on the bounce.
It's going to be 3-0 to Hull now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never learn.
Going to get absolutely pagged. I will go another 2-0. I think we'll give them a good. I've not seen them play, but I'm hoping they're open as Sheffield Wednesday. Crowd behind them. Be good to see the new signings come on and get some as well, maybe. Right, so we'll move on to our last segment of the podcast. If you are new here, right before we go on to the next segment, please like and subscribe. It does help us. This segment is called Top Knob, and what we do is anyone that's pisses off through the week, we put in the middle and we decide who is going to be the top knob. And then we'll go into a leaderboard called Top of the Knobs. So let's get into this week's Top Knob.
Top Knob.
Great, the jingle, isn't it? Right, I will come to you, James, first. You boys think about your Top Knob. In the words of Spartacus, what is your
Waldo, Chris. This old ham face. What a prat. Him for talking and open that wobbly mouth of his about us again. Him.
It looks a bit like the Thing from Fantastic Four.
Don't give him that much credit.
Yeah.
Just sanded the bottom off. What about you, Kev? Have you got any
Bread
nominations?
version.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with James. I have to go with Chris Wilder this week. He's literally the most funniest manager when it comes to Leeds about everything. Honestly, I think they're just putting in bids in for Gus Hamer just to piss him off, and I'm all for it. Yeah, he's done my head in this week, especially when making up stuff about Piroe just to try and turn it back on us. And Piroe's the most chilled out bloke in the world. It's like, yeah.
I see all their fans on Twitter going, "Oh, they've unsettled Hamer, but now we've unsettled Piroe back. Oh, you've unsettled the bench option." Cheers, mate. Yeah,
He's asleep with the whole thing.
Yeah, is that what? Ellis, have you got a top knob for us, mate?
Well, I was thinking, I knew you guys were going to say Wilder, obviously. So I thought I'd throw another one just to add another name into the hat. I'm going to go for Fabrizio Romano, purely because he's getting his limelight and his job taken by an actual kid. Going there, land. You know?
Every land. Yeah.
They've had him on Sky Sports News today. He's even releasing transfer news before Fabrizio. So he's obviously sat too comfortable, and his kid's giving him a run for his money. So he's my knob of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great stuff.
And he's
what about you, Joe?
Mason Greenwood as well, don't he, Fabrizio around there?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
good. He puts out lots of tweets about Mason Greenwood. Oh, he's had a great game. He's done this and done that. Or 2 goals on his debut. I was like, as if he's paid to promote Mason Greenwood. I don't like
I know. Wild.
What a twat.
Money. What about you, Joe, mate? Who's your
I'm gonna go with Barry Bannon because he's on 780 grand a week at Sheffield Wednesday and he's still not got an hair transplant.
Mate, he needs to get that.
Well, give him so much.
He needs to finish his.
Money.
In fact, that's what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to make an edit of Barry Bannon coming back from Turkey. He's on like Fabio.
He's on more than the whole of Sheffield.
Sharp
mullet,
In it though.
It's absolutely crazy. I mean, he can be a good footballer, but he needs to let it go. I mean, I think my hair's going, but bloody hell. It's like a picture of, I put fieldy bro. I put a picture of just a gate in a massive field, and I went, "This is Bannon's fringe." It's just time to let it go, isn't it? So that I think I'm going to have to go with Chris Wilder because he's just an absolute gammon.
But it's got to be.
It's got to be in it. I just can't. I hate him. I know someone who knows him as well. And he's like, "Oh yeah," he goes, "Not another Leeds podcast." Not another Leeds podcast. They're always talking about me. Just sure I'm not. You fucking dickhead. Anyway, just text me now. Anyway, so it will be Chris Wilder this week. But again, it was last week as well, wasn't it?
I think he's got a hat-trick ball now, hasn't he? He's just been like that.
Yeah, it is. Chris Wilder, you are this week.
This is the biggest award.
Top knob.
Apologies, Joe. What were you saying?
Cut you off.
No, I just said it's the biggest award he'll win this season, the top knob.
Sorry. Can you not cut Joe off again, stupid producer? Sorry, he's new. Sorry, Joe. Producer's new. So thanks. That concludes this week's episode, and it's been a bit of a firecracker. Joe, Ellis, thank you very much for coming on. Always a pleasure to have you. You're very PR trained.
Very uniformed.
We've got a dresser and everything. If someone does our uniforms, we're good. Maybe next time we'll come on in different shirts.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. You should
We're just shirts, please.
Yeah. Anything going on? Anything going on with Derby Days, Joe, this weekend or coming up soon?
Yeah, I believe we're doing a stream for the United Liverpool game on Sunday, so come check that out. But apart from that, just random videos whenever we can do them, raging about Leeds or been happy about Leeds. I was trying to do a reaction to every Leeds United match. Yeah.
Please do go and check their stuff out. It's really good. There's other fans on there. The Liverpool fan is up there, and the Man United fan is up there as well. As in
your loft.
Good. In the loft, yeah. Yep, in the loft. But yeah, it is good stuff, and we can find you on YouTube, Instagram. Are you on TikTok as well?
Yeah, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I don't really use Twitter because it's a cesspit of football fans, so I try not to.
It is, and you can find us on there. But yeah, and thanks for coming on, Ellis. Any more concerts? Are you going to Oasis? Are you boys going to Oasis?
We're going to try.
Ooh,
Did anyone get pre-sale? No one.
No, we didn't. No.
Rough.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a me. No.
It's I'm just gonna go type in Oasis ticket entry outside the gate. Get 50. Yeah, I'm just run off. So anyway, we will be back on Sunday. Kev, is that right?
Yes, we are definitely doing a show this weekend as well. Definitely.
Yeah. So go and join us on the Leeds House YouTube channel. It is that, isn't it, Kev? Just Leeds House YouTube channel. It is, yeah.
Like that, yeah.
And we'll talk. Yeah, something like that along them lines. Everyone, please, thank you. We've had quite a lot of people watching. Please do like and subscribe because it does help us. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this season before we get banned or arrested, because people like to come on here That's where the renegades and the mavericks of the YouTube scene. But yeah, thanks very much for joining us. Has anybody got anything to add before we go? No.
Leeds.
No.
Bye.
Leeds.
All Leeds that way.
Leeds, yeah, Leeds.
Do like and subscribe. Thank you very much. See you next week.